Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A very good Monday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta. Thank you to everyone for listening across the Edmonton Sports Talk audio streams, edmontonsportstalk.com, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. Thank you to those who are watching via YouTube and listening on podcasts wherever you get your podcast. Thank you very much as well. Tom Gazzola, Matt Iwanyk, McCourt with you here. As I said, the Hangout brought to you by Sentinel Storage, Canada storage experts, more than 2 decades of helping Canadians through life transitions. Canadian storage provider by Canadian. They are proud partners for a long time of the Toronto Blue Jays as well. Just throwing that out there. So, boys, how are we doing today?
Hard to complain for me. How about you guys?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, Murray. Yeah.
Penner's Pancakes. Immediately, Tommy got a haircut. He spotted it. Just like
Good
that.
eye. Well, Trev just spotted it too. I went and said happy birthday, and he's like, hey, you got a haircut. Yes.
Just for his birthday.
For his birthday, and he grew a mustache overnight, he said. Very well done, Trevor.
That's actually pretty like a solid mustache.
It is.
From Friday to today.
Yeah.
Like, that's all of a sudden came out of nowhere.
He's a hairy guy. A sneaky hairy dude.
You could probably grow one over a weekend too.
Yeah,
couldn't
you have formidable facial hair.
This won't grow. I actually, I don't trim enough. I usually like to trim like 2 to 3 days, every 2 or 3, but now it's like more like 5 or 6. So when you see me some days, like this is actually probably about 5 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it doesn't grow as much as quick as people think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, shave.
Yeah. I get in trouble if I don't shave like every day. My wife's like, I go to give her a kiss and she's like, oh, you're so itchy. Like,
Yeah.
oh.
I just
All
look
right,
like someone
go
threw
shave.
dirt on my face. It's such bad facial hair.
Rip City Step also, did Murray stay up past 8 to watch his Hawks and the Oilers?
I was there. I was at the game, but I had an afternoon nap to
did
make
you?
sure that I could
That you could
handle
last.
it.
Well played.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, what a bizarro night that was with the baseball and the hockey game happening at the same time. Like that was, I don't know. I know you were there. I don't know if you were there, Maddie, but what a weird experience that was.
I think I've covered like 1,000+ Oilers games in my career. I've never experienced a night like that. That was different. Murray, like I was saying, we watched the first period, but Reed and I had a screen. I went and sat in Maddie's seat, and Reed had a tablet, and we were watching the game on there. But it was a little bit delayed behind like the actual cable feed, which they had up in the press box too. So we could hear reactions from people. And then finally after the first period, Reed and I just we're just gonna watch up in the back section of the press box. And then like we would peek over to see what was happening on the ice. If we heard like the crowd get excited about something, most of the time as you were there, it was for the Jays because they had it on. They had the screen on the Jumbotron, and the hockey game took a back seat to the baseball game, and it felt like there was a lot of people that didn't go back to their seats for the second period, Murray.
Yeah, or in the third period as well.
Yeah.
I was in a loge table, my wife and the other couple were with, they didn't come out for the third period. They stayed in the bar behind the loge area there and watched the game. I'm like, I'm watching my Hawks. I'm not.
Yeah.
But they did end up coming out they were watching it on Calvin's phone because they didn't put it back on the Jumbotron. That was the craziest thing. It was on the Jumbotron, and players that were talking about how they were watching the game, and it was just so weird. Like, it was just unbelievable.
I didn't ask anybody from the Oilers executive or the communications staff, but I'm assuming having the screen playing on the Jumbotron probably got kiboshed by somebody up top.
Sure.
Which tells me then hockey ops didn't approve this, and they were surprised by this.
Yeah, I would assume
Why did it
as
take
much.
so long for it to get turned off then? I'm almost wondering if it might have come from the players. Like, we got to get this off because we're not focused here.
Could have been.
Well, and that's where I think hockey ops then, maybe then it just didn't get down to the players. But I think because I don't know I didn't at all throw on that Oiler game until later. What was the timing of the game? Like, when was the bottom of the ninth? What period was that in the second period?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if maybe like it was okay, like no matter what, as it was going, and they didn't like it. Okay, well, this is just going to be for 2 periods. But once they realize there's going to be extras, like we can't have extra innings going on while the players are trying to watch this game. Like no, like maybe Hockey Ops wasn't pleased with it and was just like, okay, but whatever, 2 periods. And then they saw extras. Like no, we can't have our players dealing with this, and maybe coaching staff said something. I don't know. But you could to me, it just says that there was a business decision that was made that maybe didn't go across the desk of hobby operations.
And the crowd chanting "Let's go Blue Jays" in the middle of the hockey game. But if the Jays would have won, could you imagine what would have gone on in that arena if the Jays would have pulled that off?
It would have popped off.
It would have popped off. And the players would have been like,
what is happening?
I don't know what's happening. And I have to even admit, I listened to your post-game show yesterday of the game. You hardly even. I was expecting you to go on about, holy crap, are the Hawks a lot better than they were the last couple of years, and you hardly even talked about the hockey game because you guys didn't watch it.
We were very upfront about what happened, and like we did catch the game. Like Reed made a good point. It looked like the Oilers were pretty much in control for the first bit, and then that power play midway through the second, it looks like that was where Chicago kind of cranked it up. And they started taking the play to the
shots were 13-4 in the third period for Chicago. Yeah,
they are a better team, and it's good to see that they've made improvements because they've been kind of basement dwellers for a little while here, and it's
by
nice
design.
By design, yes, Murray, but by design.
Yeah.
And now the fruits of their labor and all the pain that they've gone through, maybe now they're starting to blossom into a respectable team again, and good on them. And like Spencer Knight made some really nice saves.
He did, yeah. 5-on-5, the Hawks were the better team.
Yeah,
there's only goals, overtime, but 2 goals in a regular time were power plays.
Yeah, and the Oilers again kind of looked like, well, we're kind of interested in playing tonight. Well, maybe not for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's see.
Maybe we'll crank it up because we're tied now. Sure, we'll take the puck in overtime. Like it was. There's still a malaise that hangs over the Oilers, but the Hawks gave them a good run. Seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So credit to them.
And the more cavalry's coming. I just saw Roman Kanserov just scored in the KHL again right now. So.
Yes.
And it's the KHL.
Oh yeah, but where did Ivan Demidov come from? That everyone, how good Ivan Demidov is.
He is tremendous.
This guy is scoring at a better clip than Demidov did in the KHL last year.
I feel like you're more dialed in than the Blackhawks scouting staff for some reason.
Well, I find it kind of funny on different stations when they bring on people to talk about the Blackhawks onto the stations or whatever when the Oilers are playing the Blackhawks. It's like, why don't you just call me?
Actually, we will next time.
Actually, we should remember
that. Yeah, we had
that.
Derek Van Diest on. I'm like, DVD, what happened with the Hawks today at the rink? And he's like, blah, 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 Blue Jays. I was like, and then he talked to Oilers, and I'm like, okay. But it was a weird day, but okay, you're in next time.
Like I heard one on the other station. They had a guy, and Gregor was going off about how like Ryan Green. What's Ryan Green doing on the Blackhawks first line? And like he should be in the and all this. And I'm just like, you have no clue. Ryan Green he's only played 2 games on our first line. He is a 3rd, 4th line center. That's what he's going to be. But just the way, the full cavalry isn't here yet. They're just trying different guys in there. And Ryan Green got an assist. Ryan Green played great in that spot against the Oilers. But is he going to be there long term? No, he's not going to be there long term. But they're just kind of mixing and mashing. Burakovsky and Bedard are kind of locked in. They got the chemistry, and they're just rolling through different guys to see who maybe fits with them best now. But I can guarantee you either Frondell or Kanserov is going to be in that spot next year. So, it's just he'll be where he needs to be in the lineup. He's a great young player. He's showing that he deserves to be in the NHL.
That Frankie Nazar had one play in the first period where he put it off the post or the crossbar, and the puck went flying like 100 feet back into the stands. I was like, wow, where did that come from?
Wow.
Yeah.
Frankie Nazar, like Kubish, text me as soon as my Blackhawks signed with the contract. It's like, what the hell are you Blackhawks doing? Who giving all this money to a guy that's only played 50 games in the NHL? I'm like, Koob, you've never watched him. I can tell because if you've watched, you would know.
Yeah.
And because he's a star in the making. He'll probably be like he's defensively sound. Fast as hell. There's not very many guys in the league that can skate like he does, but he's fabulous defensively, great penalty killer, And he's probably going to be a point a game guy in this league over time. I think he's 11 points. I think he's right at one point a game right now. I think he has 11 points in 11 games right now. But that guy's a star.
Well, he got like $7 million a year, right?
Yeah,
Somewhere
just under 6.7. Yeah,
It's crazy now you think about it. Like maybe even half a year ago, you'd be like, wow, that's a lot of money for a guy that hasn't played a lot of hockey in the NHL. Now, with the cap escalating the way it is and rumored to be going up even more than we initially thought, you go, that's not bad. That's a decent contract.
Well, it doesn't even kick in till next year.
Yeah.
He's still on his entry-level deal right now. So when he plays, knock on wood, he stays healthy, plays 82 games and maybe finishes with 70 points and whatnot, it's going to be a great contract next year in his first year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like by the time that'll be one of the. I mean, like Draisaitl's contract, that's going to end up being one of the best contracts in the league for a lot of years, and so will Nazar's.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Like Dry at 12.5 is insane with the way things are going to go now.
What's that? 14 now.
14.
Oh, he went up.
Yeah, he was
right.
at 14
Sorry,
or
Connor's
14.
12.5.
Connor's
Yeah.
12.5.
Yeah.
There's a few signings that are happening that just you look at and be like, these are going to age very well for the teams. I think Logan Cooley,
Yeah.
Utah is going to age quite nicely for them.
10 million.
Yeah.
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 Well, when he
That's
shut
gonna
down
age well.
9, I'm with you, Matty.
What do you think? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Marty Nexash Natchez in Colorado, 11.5 for him. I mean,
He's like an 80, 90 point guy, though.
Yeah, I feel like he's done it. Like he's done very well in Colorado.
Yeah.
Since he's gone there.
well, yeah, he's meshing well with them. But I mean, Rantanen or Nex, if they Colorado could have played that differently, would they have taken Rantanen at 12 or
Natchez at 11
and a half? Like,
I think they bumbled that Rantanen thing.
I agree.
They messed up. They kind of gutted the room a little bit, and they pissed him off, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. They have an internal cap. I'm aware of that, but that was bizarre how they handled it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rantanen last year was 64 points in 49 games with the Avs.
What is he now? What is he this year? I haven't
This year he's 14 points in 12 games.
14
So he's
points in
over a
12
point a
games,
game player. Natchez is 17 points in 13 games this season.
Yeah.
And when he went to the Avs last year, he was 28 points in 30 games. So he's not going to put up what Rantanen's doing. But if they have an internal cap and it works out, I will.
They also got Chris Drury out of it. I mean, he's nothing special, but I mean, it's an extra piece.
I'll defend Joe Sakic for a while because there was a time where many were saying he should be fired. And then all of a sudden
he's
he turned
president
it
now,
around.
right?
Right, but he's still running the thing.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
still gonna give him.
Yeah.
It's like it's to me. There's the thing up. You go up and it's now like president's really the old GM.
That's
and
true.
Stuff.
That
And
is a good point.
I like who is the GM?
It's Chris McClelland.
Okay. I think Joe Sakic still. It's the same to me. Like it's Jeff Jackson and it's Stan Bowman.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Jeff Jackson still he's gonna have to be approving a lot of things.
They're a
that come
tandem,
across, right?
as I've been told.
But the thing is, we thought Joe Sakic should be fired, trades Matt Duchene, all that, and then all of a sudden they become this great team and they win a cup, and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to trust him a little bit. So he has a plan with Natchez and Sarant. It would have sucked if they lost Natchez.
Chris
absolutely.
McFarland, sorry.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Her name sounds familiar. Was he with the Flames before,
Let me double check. But
or has he always been with them?
yeah, they bumped him up, 2 years ago, and Sakic got just moved up even higher.
There was even rumors that Bednar, their coach, was kind of under the gun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, he's a good coach. He's
very good. He came in August, I think it was, when Patrick Waugh just quit. Usually you don't have you're not in a good spot to get a coach, and they bring in Jared Bednar, and boom, he's been an outstanding coach.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, same thing. I mean, they were the contender, and then they fell off a little bit. And maybe when they thought they shouldn't be falling off, but now
last
they're
year
right back up there.
It's unfortunate in the one way that they took on Dallas in the first round. Right off the bat, that's a conference final worthy
Yeah, absolutely.
matchup. But you got first round, but you get knocked out, and you have all this talent. The Avs loaded up last year and didn't get it done.
No.
So that there would be pressure on Bednar, at least to go further.
Yeah.
You got to get a little. You can't do first round exit because they really haven't done too much in the playoffs since their cup.
I still don't believe in the lumberyard That's their goaltending duo of Wedgwood and Blackwood.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
It's a good nickname for him.
Goaltending's kind of been questionable. Chris McFarland has an interesting journey to where he got to today as the GM of the Avs. I'm glad you asked this, Maddie. He's from the Bronx.
Okay.
Played collegiate at Pace University.
Never heard of it.
Bachelor's degree in business in 92. Got a law degree in 98. Worked as an intern in the NHL's New York office from 93 in the NHL Productions office while attending law school. Went to the Jackets at the start of their existence, 99-2000. Manager of hockey ops from 2001 to 2007. Then was promoted to assistant GM with Scott Housen.
Oh, wow.
I think he got that job over Bob Stauffer. McFarland remained in the Blue Jackets organization for 16 years, serving in all facets of management, spending his final 2 seasons within the organization as general manager of the Springfield Falcons. Then in 2015, he went to the Avs, AGM to Joe Sakic, and then helped rebuild in 2016-17. And then after the Cup win, he was promoted to GM. And then Joe Sakic just became co-host. So they're kind
way
of a
to not
tandem.
lose him.
Yeah.
They bump him up. They all get better titles.
Yeah.
They all get their
little more money.
Yeah.
But
all
it's
that
like,
goes
yeah,
into it.
Kelly McCrimmon and George McPhee, well, Ron Francis and Jason Botterill
Yeah.
now with the Kraken, but they've had limited success. They did beat the Avalanche in 23, though, in the playoffs. But yeah, one of those. So that's, people kind of forget about him.
That's a good story.
Yeah, good for him. So there's that.
I'm just trying to remember how because the Avs used to, maybe before Joe Sakic, there was also a general manager before, but the president was higher than the general manager. I'd have to go back and look at some of those because we've seen some weird things in hockey at times.
Like an assistant coach being the guy who's actually second in command of the entire organization.
That one.
That's normal.
There was Ken Miller with the Riders was president.
Oh, yeah.
While also them being the coach. When he stepped because they fired there was a Greg Marshall and then he came back on the coach.
Yeah.
And then there was a Jag. There's been some weird at times, just weird situations in hockey where the organizational chart has been thrown out the window.
In the Charles Wang era of the New York Islanders, Doug Waite
That's a good one.
was the assistant GM and assistant coach or something like that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
there's been
If
some
the
weird
GM
ones.
was the head coach and they were just kind of, that would make more sense. But,
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
There's Maddie's right. There's been a bunch of that.
Yeah,
lately in
and
hockey.
I think it was the Avs, and I'll have to go find it later. But I think there was one where like the GM was just didn't matter. There was the head coach, there was president, and the GM was there just as a placeholder.
Yeah, who?
I'd have to go look at full.
Because Pierre Lacroix was the GM with the Avs forever, and then who took over before Sakic came in?
You got a good memory if you're going to remember that.
Yeah, well, Pierre Lacroix went with them from the Nordiques, and I remember when the Oilers would play them in the playoffs, like 97 and 98. Kind of that just stood out in my mind.
Yeah, Lacroix was the GM of the Nordiques in the Lindros whole fiasco, wasn't
Was he all the way back then too?
I'm wondering. I think maybe, but
That was
not
a
100%
monster
sure.
trade.
I know. Yeah. Was it like something like 12 pieces or something?
Yeah,
And some of them were pretty darn good. I mean, it took
Mike Ricci, Ron Hextall, Peter Forsberg.
Yeah.
Francois Giguère took over 06 to 09. Then there was Greg Sherman from 09 to 14.
Yeah.
Then it was Joe Sakic.
Yeah, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah, we missed a few in there.
But I think Sherman was a weird one. He might have been the weird one.
Could be.
Oh, yeah, okay. That was, I think, so yeah, during the 13-14 season, Patrick Waugh, he was named head coach. He was also named, Patrick Waugh was named head coach of the Avs in 13, while he was also named vice president of hockey ops. So Patty Waugh was head coach and vice president. Joe Sakic was executive vice president of hockey operations and split the GM duties with, it says during 13-14, Waugh and executive vice president Sakic split the GM duties. And then Sherman was there, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how. So, Waugh was head coach and had a president title. Sakic had a presidency type title. And Sherman was the general manager. But he really didn't do anything.
No, he went to the meetings that Waugh and Sakic didn't want
to.
anything to do with. So they probably sent him as their proxy. Yeah, that tells me that Sakic and Waugh ran the...
And then 14-15, Sakic was then ultimately named the GM. Sherman was demoted to his assistant. And now he's the president and CEO, Greg Sherman, of Thunder Road, Inc. Thunder Road, Inc. is the parent company of several entities located in the greater Denver metro area
Okay.
of Colorado. So
He's out of the
Okay.
game. So
it's like most of his Wikipedia page is about Patrick Waugh and Joe Sakic. It's not about him.
wow.
All right then.
But he has that on his resume.
has it on his
GM
resume.
of the Colorado Avalanche.
Well, Gord Stellick was the GM of the Maple Leafs briefly.
Oh, yeah.
I like going on with Gord. He's on XM, Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. He was only like 29. I think I remember reading up about it, and people would be because you remember it was called AHL Rinkside.
Right, yeah. And he was the host of that.
He was
right?
on it,
Yeah.
and I would watch it, and I'd be like, "What?" Very young, but I'm like, "Who are these teams? They look like NHL teams." And I'd have to ask my dad, and he's like, "That's the farm teams. They're where all the prospects go." And it was always Gord Stellick, and then it'd be like, "Well, you were the GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs." I'm like, "Wait a second, this guy's on TV, but he used to be the GM of the Maple Leafs. He's not even old." And yeah, so some weird, but he didn't last that long too. I think they put him into a really bad spot when they brought him on.
Wow, that happens for sure. But
Yeah, I think it was the end of the Harold Ballard era, somewhere around there.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Anyway, great guy. He's a great broadcaster.
And to know this ACDC is coming to Commonwealth August 9th, 2026.
is that there was an 8:00 announcement of a concert. That was what the announcement was today?
I'm guessing. So ACDC and Foo Fighters, both Commonwealth next year.
Commonwealth has been getting some huge shows, like excellent.
About ACDC.
Well,
It's
didn't
not the
one of them
same.
die? One of the brothers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Malcolm's passed.
Yeah.
I think the drummer's not there anymore.
Well, they've been around since I was in high school. That's a long time. That was a long time ago.
And then Brian Johnson had his issues with vocals for a period of time. That's why they had to bring in who did a tour for them a number of years ago. I think they came to Edmonton with him. Used to do Guns N' Roses.
Axl Rose?
Axl Rose, yeah.
I think that was him.
Really? With AC/DC?
I think he was doing.
That's like Queen does shows, and they do it
Yeah, he filled in.
with another singer that was on a like American Idol or something like that, and then
Well, Chris Daughtry probably because he's right up the that band
no
music
Adam
mold.
something
Oh, can't remember.
He's
how it
a-
was.
pretty flamboyant
Yeah,
as
I know,
well.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I have his
great-
picture in my mind.
great voice,
Adam
yeah.
Lambert.
Adam Lambert, yes,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
John Deacon doesn't tour. John Deacon still like handles all of Queen's like financial stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the bass player. But Brian May and what the hell is the drummer's name? It eludes me right now, but they still tour.
Yeah. So Malcolm Young has passed.
Yeah.
Phil Rudd, who's their drummer, he doesn't tour anymore with them. So he's still their drummer. He just doesn't tour. So they have a different drummer for that. Stevie Young, though, is he?
Yeah, who's that?
He replaced his uncle, Malcolm. So
Oh, okay.
before Malcolm passed, and he had dementia. So it's a little. I heard their last two tours ago or something wasn't the best. But now I don't know. They just did a tour this past year. I think I loved it. AC/DC is one of my favorites.
Great music.
I saw
Yeah.
them twice, including the August 2009. Anyone who there, they know it was a great show. It poured thunder and lightning during Thunderstruck, Mother
That's cool.
Nature part.
I was at that concert too.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
it was
it was good, yeah.
fantastic. So I'll probably still go find tickets for this one. I'm just surprised that they're still touring.
I have seen some YouTube videos, and it's Angus, right? Angus.
Angus is still going, yeah.
Yeah, and even like he still does the little strut. It's not the same, and I feel awful.
He just, he's lost a step.
Well, yeah, they're in their
old would he be?
70s
Yeah,
now.
like they can't. Like that's crazy that they're still
Angus
out there.
is 70, dead on 70. So
Yeah.
next year he'll be 71. Brian Johnson is 78.
Wow.
Oh my!
He just turned 78. Cliff Williams, not touring since 2024. Oh, so he's not even touring. So Phil Rudd, he's not touring anymore. Stevie Young is 68. A nice spry 68.
Yeah, youngin.
What else do we have? So who then are the touring guys? You've got Matt Log, who's drummers.
Okay.
I don't know anything of him. He used to work with Alanis Morissette and Alice Cooper and Slash's Snake Pit. And then Chris Chaney, he used to be, with Jane's Addiction. Okay.
Oh man, Jane's Addiction had a falling out a few months ago on stage. At Perry Farrell started punching Dave Navarro.
What?
Yeah, it was weird. Like mid song, Perry Farrell was messed up. He's a different
Had
cat.
been some drugs maybe.
Oh yeah,
involved with that.
and Dave Navarro's like playing. He's like, "What are you doing?" And he's swinging at him. He's like, "What do you stop it?"
Hayden O'Neill saw them in Vancouver last year, and it was still an unreal show. Can't expect them to be in their prime, but they still rock the house.
That's cool.
And Calvin Van Dasselaar stopped buying tickets. They'll stop touring. I missed their last tour when they came to Edmonton.
I'm not saying like don't go see them. I wouldn't they're not good or anything. It's just it doesn't look and feel the same as before. You know, you said Malcolm Young passed away, and half the original band is not touring, and Brian Johnson, who isn't even that, was their original singer.
No, Bon Scott passed.
Yeah, he died a long time ago, right? Yeah.
And then Back in Black, I think, was the first album of Brian Johnson.
Is that Hell's Bells?
Hell's Bells should be on that one, I believe.
That's epic.
But yeah, because Bon Scott passed.
He OD'd, right?
Isn't it like puked and
yeah,
went back down the way he was sleeping,
suffocated on it.
I think that was what it was.
And John Bonham, same thing. The drummer for Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
He drank like 2 bottles of vodka the day he died.
Oh my.
Yeah, he was
and then that band basically quit at that point.
Yeah.
They've done very few shows since.
Yeah.
Very, very few shows. Actually, one of the last times they did it at O2 Arena in like the 2000s. And it was like at the time, the most heavily requested show for tickets.
Really? Wow. Oh boy.
I think they had like 20 million requests, if I'm not mistaken, for that one show. Because his son was going to fill in for them. And it was, that was always, and now I've come to the fact they will never perform again.
Right.
That was one I've always said, if they toured or they did like a 5-day whatever, I would have spent the money to go see them.
What's the best concert you guys have ever been to?
AC/DC 09.
Oh boy. Okay. You know what? I saw Tom Petty here at the old Coliseum, and he was phenomenal. And he died like a year or two later. It was an amazing show, and like I liked and I respected Tom Petty, but not that took me from like a casual like Tom Petty, you know, I like most of his songs that you hear on the radio, to like I bought his back catalog. I'm like, this guy is cool. I bought like Traveling Wilburys songs and stuff too. Like I was like, I had no idea. And that was it was legendary. He was stoned. He was crispy that night and he was talking about it. Murray, I think the concert was like 3 hours and he's like, you know what? We feel like playing tonight. And he did. It was so good. Wow. So that was like for me, one of the epic ones. And then obviously the Killers. All 3 times.
I'd like to go see the Killers.
They're actually awesome.
I'd like to go see the Killers.
And I know Eric and I and Reed always josh about it and everybody in the nasty chat, but they are actually really good.
Yeah, who's the other one they put it up against?
Weezer.
I'll take Killers any day over Weezer.
Yeah, like
any day.
Weezer also had like a 10-year head start on the Killers. They came out in the early to mid 90s, where the Killers were early to mid 2000s. So anyway, Tom Petty for me. That was I vividly remember that show and just being like, this guy's amazing.
You?
Well, for me, like most people would say that the one concert I went to that I hated, but is like when I lived in California, I went to LA Coliseum, Guns N' Roses, Living Colour, and the Rolling Stones.
Jeez,
that's a nice bill.
Except I hate the Rolling Stones.
Oh wow!
So I just went because all my friends want to go. But I mean, they all think it was the best concert ever. But for me, I'm not even a big country guy, but I love Garth Brooks, and I've probably seen.
This is why he has a banner.
Garth Brooks,
get that thing down.
maybe 8 to 10 times I've probably seen Garth. But my favorite Garth in Vegas when it was Garth a cappella in at the Wynn. I've probably seen that 4 or 5 times.
Wow,
It was incredible, like just so amazing. Just him and his guitar and sometimes his wife would come out and sing a duet or two with him. But
Trisha Yearwood. Yeah, that's cool. Like he seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
Everybody talks. I have a lot of respect for that, like how he does things.
I love the fact that like when I remember he came to Edmonton for the Commonwealth 2 shows.
Yeah.
He was doing the morning shows on TV.
That's crazy.
Like a guy that was still like, I'm going to sell tickets. I'm going to do the interviews. I'm going to be out there. Like there's no, like if Dave Grohl's not going across Edmonton media to sell tickets for the Foo Fighters.
He hustles.
Garth Brooks doesn't need to do that. He's going to sell those tickets. But Garth Brooks still does that to try to sell those tickets and do those things. And that's where I actually, like, I'm not the country guy as much. I've never seen Garth. I don't know if I'd ever want to go see Garth, but I respect the hell out of Garth.
Yeah, I like that hustle. Like that's a showman, man.
Yeah. One time he was playing in Minnesota and I decided I'm just going to take a little vacation. Went to Minnesota to watch Garth Brooks, but then took in 2 Minnesota Wild games while I was there. Just fun little vacation. But we decided just last week, though, what we're going to do for a summer vacation, me and Jess and Luke, because we all love Ed Sheeran. Okay. So we decided, let's look and see where Ed Sheeran is playing this summer. And there's a couple that we considered, but in a little bit of a slower window at the ranch. She's in Seattle.
That'd be great.
I've never been to Seattle in my life, so we're going to go to Seattle. And
where in Seattle? You know,
I don't.
Is he arena or is he stadium?
Arena.
He's the stadium. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he could. He's probably at that level. He could maybe do a stadium, possible.
I'd go see Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
She's like my guilty pleasure.
There's a thing with like the London Orchestra she did.
Really?
That was fascinating and fantastic. It was really well done.
She seems like a cool girl. Like she did Day Drinking with Seth Meyers, and it was hilarious. Like. She got bombed and had to like take a day of rest at the hotel and then went on the show 2 days later and was like, I passed out in the bathroom of the bar we were at. They like shut down a bar and they day drink and they like tell stories and stuff like that. I thought it was a great like 15-minute feature that he did. And he came back from the feature and he's like, so we gave you the option. You didn't have to tell us what happened. Your handlers and your management team had to go and find you in the bathroom when you didn't come back 10 minutes later. What happened? And she's like, I have no problem saying it. She's like, I passed out. I was done. And I had to like stay in bed the rest of the next day. And I'm here now. And I was like, this chick, she's fun. She's cool. She's really well-spoken. So I did see Carrie Underwood too once. Yeah, Thank you, Rogan
I've seen
Dean.
her several times. Carrie's a fantastic.
She's good.
One time in Vegas, it was a made-for-TV concert.
Oh, yeah.
And it was all women in country, celebrating women in country music, whatever. And it was a really cool experience because if the recording of the song didn't work very well for TV, they had to redo it and perform it a second time and whatnot. And it was who's who in the zoo of country music, and women were up at the front and everything. But Carrie Underwood was the feature performer at the end, and she sang, it's kind of a religious song. Gonna forget. Oh, How Great Thou Art. She sang How Great Thou Art, and oh my God, it was so amazing that after it was over, I had my fingers and toes crossed that it didn't record properly, so she would have had to do it all over again.
Did she?
It was like a no. Because
they nailed it?
She crushed it, and the recording worked, but that was a pretty cool experience, and where they're telling you when to clap, and it was pretty.
That'd be neat.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Okay, really quickly, because I know we probably want to talk about other stuff, but what's the worst concert you guys have ever been to?
Kings of Leon's.
Really?
Hated them. I love Kings of Leon. I love their music. They stood there, they performed, that was it. There was nothing to it. Literally, they just went to the next song. There was just no performance. There was nothing to it.
Wow.
It's like, I was just like, I could have just thrown on your CD and I would have got the exact same experience. Kings of Leon, hands down, worst experience. And then they came to town again. I remember, met up with a bunch of people, weirdly enough, at Kelly's. They were going, so I just met them for a bite before they went. And I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to be like, I don't like Kings of Leon, their show. Talked to them after, how was the show, and they told me like almost same. They're like, actually, it wasn't that good. Like they just stood there because I was hoping maybe I just got a bad night.
Yeah.
Kings of Leon, hands down, worst show ever.
Damn.
Murray? I got Meatloaf in Vegas.
Yeah.
And he couldn't. He was older.
Yeah.
Couldn't sing anymore. Every time he opened his mouth and sang, It was like I wanted to plug my ears because it was awful. And then when he didn't sing and the backup singers were just doing it,
Yeah.
okay, now this is enjoyable. Then he'd chime in and just be like, "Oh no, like shut
Really?
up." He couldn't sing. It was horrendous.
He carries around like and dangles a scarf, doesn't he,
Yeah.
or like some kind of.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to that because I mean, he sings some songs I really enjoy, and he couldn't sing.
He collapsed on stage here in Edmonton.
Yeah. He was at the Jupe.
Yeah.
No, he's passed now, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he
He did.
believe
He did.
so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not that night.
No.
Not
but-
in Edmonton.
Thank
no.
God.
But no, he has passed since. But yeah, no, he had the thing at the Jube, I believe. it was.
Wow. Yeah, it was here. For
What's
me, it
yours
was
then? Yeah.
Arcade Fire.
Oh yeah,
I saw them here a couple of years ago at
was
Rogers.
it
Place.
Rogers?
And it
Yeah.
was they had the top bowl closed, like they had the curtains down, and so the lower bowl is about 11,000. We had loge seats, I think. No, we were just had regular seats for that one, and they suck. They suck live. That night they were terrible.
Well, that was also the tour where there was issues with them surrounding them.
Yes.
Coming into that tour,
I had
and
no
I know there was a
idea.
lot of tickets that people just weren't buying them anymore. Because I remember at Rexall they came a number of years ago, and I don't know why it was in the area. But I saw everyone dressed up going and like
Yeah.
people were, and that was like a sold out show or something. And then they came and it wasn't.
It was like 5,000 people when they could have. They had it set for 11,000 or whatever. And I was just like, this is just not good. And they had a lot of like props and stuff like that. And obviously they have like a lot of people. And I think it's like 11
It's a
people in the
massive
band.
band.
Yeah. And I was just like, no, this is not great.
Motley Crue eventually, I've seen them a couple of times. I enjoyed it, but Vince Neil would barely sing. He just holds the mic out and gets the crowd. And I was like, okay, well, like you got it. But he can't do it as much anymore. But the rest of the show was kind of cool. And like I could sit there and be like, hey, this was still a good show.
Yeah.
Sing a little more, Vince. But so I won't throw that one, but that'd be the next closest. But to me, nothing like Kings of
Have you guys ever been at a Pink concert?
No.
I've been to two, one in Vegas and one
you
in
go to Commonwealth?
Chicago. No, I didn't go in Commonwealth, but that was. I really enjoyed her shows. Like she's so strong in some of the stuff that she would do acrobatically.
Yeah.
And the concert was phenomenal. But man, like I'm a little on the conservative side, and so the way some people are dressed and what goes on at her concerts, I'm just like, whoa, this is a little much for me.
It's a very sexy show, Murray.
Oh boy, yeah, and what people are wearing or not wearing.
Oh, boy.
And I mean, it's women is great, but
Yeah.
guys, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
I
no
needed
thanks.
to see, yeah.
There's some tall girls there.
Oh, it was interesting, yeah. But that was a great trip, though. I saw him in Chicago. On that trip, I did 2 Blackhawks games, a Bulls game, a Bears game, and a Pink concert.
Great city.
That was a great,
That would've been
great trip. Holy.
Oh, have you guys seen Frankie Valli's performances recently?
No.
Oh boy. I don't know why he's going back up on stage. Maybe he needs it to stay motivated, but like he's basically just like lip syncing the words and he's like in his 90s and you're just like, okay, who allowed this? Like Wayne Newton's still like going, but yeah, and he plays really small rooms. I think he's at the Flamingo, and he'll like still play the violin and stuff. And but Frankie Valli, he's like barely moving, and you could see him like mouthing the words, and just like who put him up there?
A recent bad concert, not that I've been to, but it was trending, was Justin Timberlake when he went to Europe because he barely was singing and dancing. Like, and people were mocking it after, like, because he'd like, I got this feeling. And then he'd put the mic down on the stage and just start like with these crappy dance moves and the crowd singing mostly. And then people were joking, like it became a TikTok trend of like, somebody be like, I got this feeling, put it down. Then they'd start cooking eggs. And then eventually they just grab the mic and my bones and then put it down and then continue cooking. Like it was just this whole trend because he was like, wow, this is a Justin Timberlake concert right now. Okay, this is,
Jeez.
you're just mailing this in completely. Yeah. I might be going to Commonwealth for 2 shows next year, though.
Oh, well,
Foo Fighters and Foo Fighter ticket pricing actually is not bad. I was looking, I forgot on Friday to go buy some. There's still tickets, so it's not going to be like, it's not sold out or anything. But you can get in for as low as like $82, which to me, concerts these days,
Yeah.
that's a good price. Like, and like even just like good seats are like only $250, which what I'm used to seeing for some of the shows, I'm going like, this is actually decent pricing. So I'll be intrigued with the AC/DC pricing.
Those Morgan Wallen seats, like $300-400
Or
minimum.
more even.
More.
wow.
I think,
Metallica
yeah.
was expensive.
Wow.
I know that one was expensive.
Yeah, that's I don't think. How much money do people need to make? Like, just make the
A lot.
yeah, but make the prices fair and reasonable so everyone can afford to go, and not just the people that got a lot of money in their pockets. I don't know.
I don't know if this is coming. Aiden O'Neil says there'll be one more too, Maddie. I don't know if he's saying concerts at Commonwealth.
Oh,
Because I have heard there are rumblings online of a one more big band coming. Some people thought it was going to be Foo Fighters with this band, and it's not.
Interesting.
But a letter and a number possibly coming.
a letter and a number.
A letter and a number.
A couple of texts in regard to concerts. I like this where this has gone. This one says Eagles in Calgary around 2019 just stood there and played. I get it, they're elder statesmen, but very meh. And then another one says Black Eyed Peas are not a band I enjoy, but arguably one of the better concerts I've seen back in 2009-ish when they came to Edmonton. It was a good show. Jason says Rufus Wainwright, not so good. No, definitely not. Adam the Hat says the music is not everybody's favorite, but Iron Maiden know how to put on a live show, and Bruce Dickinson flies the plane, which is really cool. This one says Meatloaf here in 91 at Convention Center. I passed out, missed 90% of the concert. Worst concert ever. Collingwood Rob says worst concert, Madonna in Edmonton. She was stinking drunk, stoned, and spewed profanity most of the night.
Oh, wow.
And she Latinized almost all of her songs. Horrible. Okay. Oh, man.
Aiden O'Neill says rumored to be the Stones, because I was saying U2. I've heard U2. There's been rumblings online of U2. I know the Stones were supposed to play Edmonton 2 summers ago. And then something happened, and the Stones had to stop that tour, and the tour didn't happen. But there was going to be a tour, and I know that they were going to be in Edmonton. I heard a message from one of the members of the Rolling Stones to somebody from the city of Edmonton. Like I know they were coming. I haven't, but that was 2 summers ago for sure. So I don't know why it's been delayed, and if it's still going to happen. That'd be cool if they were coming. I know you're not as big, but
No.
that's a big deal if that one's coming. But I heard that U2 is possibly going to be coming. So we'll see. Maybe Commonwealth is just going to be super, super busy.
Another terrible one that I went to, I thought anyways, it wasn't music, but at Rogers was comedian Amy Schumer.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think you would like Amy Schumer.
hated
Murray.
it.
Yeah.
Knowing you, I don't think I would have ever said you should go see Amy
Well, I
Schumer.
got invited to go and said, sure, I'll go. And it was, it was awful.
She got blamed for stealing other people's jokes.
Really?
Is that
Yeah.
what's the thing was? Because I know she's
Yeah.
had some controversies.
That was one of them.
Was it?
There was one movie she did with Bill Hader. I think it's called Trainwreck. That one was funny. I liked that movie, but other stuff from her is just kind of like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get her humor.
Yeah, I don't think you would.
No.
Like it's one I would never have thought
Yeah.
you and Amy Schumer you would enjoy it. Portions of this hour of the Hangout, they are brought to you by the High Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Stock, promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, highproductmarketing.com. They are supplying and working with Chelsea with the Hive to get all the merch stuff for the Nasty Club going. If you want to subscribe, if you're not an annual member already, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Click on Nasty at the very top, or you can just go to nasty.edmontonsportstalk.com. Sign up, click on EST Songs. That's where you actually have to subscribe to the annual membership. That will be open for the rest of this month. And then, it's all thanks to the Hive that we're going to have our wonderful merch packs. The annual membership is a t-shirt with a patch. The premium annual membership is both those with a backpack and a fridge magnet. There's some other perks with it as well.
Backpack.
Yeah, backpack.
What does it cost to be a member of the Nasty Club?
$79.99 for the annual, $124.99 for the premium.
All right. Keep promoting it. It's good.
Get a backpack now.
How many people are members of that?
Couple hundred.
Yeah, it's some people haven't renewed and there's changes. So I think last year we're close to about 180, 190 overall from just the annual membership. And then there's monthly, so we're over 200.
That's cool.
So what about, besides the merch, what benefits do you get?
So it's access to the EST songs, the early registration opportunity. It's not a guarantee, but for like the EST Golf Classic,
Right.
So they get the first crack at it.
Right.
And when it comes to the EST Golf Classic, if you are not an annual member,
You're not getting it.
it's likely not getting to the general public. This year we've added for the annual membership is gift card draws that will take place at each month through the new year. For the premium, different draw. I'm gonna go get a few other things. So tickets to games, Oiler jersey, things like that. And then
Isn't there discounts with our partners too?
discount with our merch, just in general, as well as I just slipped my mind. Monthly draw for the Hangout, which some people are supposed to. I've told them that they've won and they're supposed to get back to me saying,
Yeah, we haven't had a nasty on in a little while. What the hell's going on here?
A couple of them I sent. One was Raider Jesse, and he says, "Can I do it a little bit later?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he hasn't gone back to me.
It's your show, Raider Jesse.
So he
We're
knows
just living in
these
your
people
world.
need to just get to me, and I'll book them back in. But I got to do the October draw right away.
How do nasties do when they come on the Hangout?
Great.
Because,
Pretty good.
Because you'd think that maybe some people would get crazy nervous. And
They're nervous to start.
Yeah.
Sobekirk was in here the last time.
Yes.
Yeah, he was great.
You could tell some of them that are nervous to start, but then 15 minutes in,
we're just hanging out.
it's just hanging out.
Yeah.
It's just hanging out.
Well, there you go. You probably just sold 10 more right there with that little plug there, Maddie.
Hey, it pays off.
Oh, there is a card. There is a Nasty Club member card. There's a new card each year. This year, a new design.
Are you laminating it?
Nope.
With heart?
Nope. There's no lamination this year.
Oh.
I'm not laminating it this year.
You should have seen him with his new laminator. He loved that thing. Great buy on Amazon.
Right.
And he would like put it through and he would cut and he'd cut the edges. He was very proud of his work and it was quite good. I'd say it was good to quite good, Matthew.
I got an idea for you on some merch for the Nest Club. What about if you did like one of those license plate holders that people could put on the back of their car because it would advertise and promote EST, and then maybe something like honk if you're a nasty or something. And then
honk if you're nasty.
If you're nasty. So then if you're, hey, I pull up beside you and I see, I'll give you a honk, like, yeah, or whatever, right? So the nasties could be like, greeting each other on the roads. I think that'd be kind of fun.
That is a wonderful and excellent idea, Murray.
All right. I'm not just a pretty face,
I'm remembering that one for next year.
Yeah, I think
I'm always I'm trying to always come up with like what's something different that I can do and change things up. I love that idea.
Yeah.
I actually I don't know why I still have it, but I think my car I still have the dealership one that's on top of it. I just leave it like whatever.
Oh, I'd take that stuff off.
But they don't need that. I'm giving them free advertising.
Yeah.
Like you're driving the car. It says what kind of car it is on it.
I would love that idea of just an EST one.
Absolutely.
That's very
plate holder.
That is. I would have never thought of that one.
Yeah.
That one never crossed my mind. I have thought over the last 2 years for various things, for different things. Like, what could we do? Not once has that one crossed my mind. But I love that one.
Yeah. Especially because then you interact with each other. Like honk if you're nasty. Or, I mean, it doesn't, I'm not saying it has to be that, but it could be.
No, well,
something.
Supersized Indiana Jones says honk if you're nasty. Different meanings to some people there, Murray. So.
Well said.
Oh, boy. Good point.
This text comes in.
Funny. Although I think I'd be the one that would get honked at. And then I'd be mad. Why am I getting honked at? Like, what did I do wrong?
Because you nasty.
I wouldn't realize that. And then,
yeah, but then you're waving to each other.
Yeah.
You're acknowledging each other that you're part of the crew, right?
Yeah, I like that. This text says, "Are we gonna get another hole-in-one challenge next year? Remember we did that at the ranch 2 summers ago.
2 years
That was
ago.
really good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe that was fun.
I'm gonna say, unless I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be super busy in June and July this year.
You're going World Cup.
There's World Cup stuff going on.
Well,
So there's the golf classic, and that's it. I don't want to be planning other stuff around them personally, selfishly.
for insurance reasons, though. It was kind of a little on the. Oh no, sorry. It used to be that I was back in the old days when we were on TSN.
The live
they
drive.
did one, and then but it was on the driving range.
Yes.
But this one we did it on the 17th hole. Right.
Yep.
Okay, so I was confused on the two.
I think we overall had three people hit the green.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Which is, I mean, you still get your shot at the big bucks, but most of the people aren't.
They struggle.
Better
I would
golfers.
have done just as bad, if not worse, than some people.
That hole visually can be intimidating.
Well, there's a lot of water in front of you.
And then there's that hill on the left, and it can run towards the water. And
I always feel like
let's
I'm
tuck
short
the trees
on it.
at the back.
I'm always short on it, and I try to club up, and I'm always just short when I have a good shot.
Double club then.
I know.
And it's a bigger green than it looks like.
It's
too.
deep for sure.
Yeah. What are you guys doing at 4? Are you taking away the cut in the corner?
Yep.
I saw the overhead shot. I'm like, you bastards.
Yeah. So
That's my shot.
mine too.
Yeah.
I'm screwing myself over with
Why
this
are you
decision
doing this
do
to
that.
all of us and yourself, Murray?
Well, because so much of what we've done at the ranch over the last decade or so is try to make the game more enjoyable for the average player or the newer player, right? But still challenging for the better player. So a great example is on the 13th hole when we were doing that renovation, we put that one bunker in the middle of the fairway, which is a fair bunker because you can see it.
Yes.
But the average golfer will never hit to that bunker on their tee shot, and then they'll hit over it on their second shot.
Yep.
That whole design of where that bunker is for guys like me, that's right where you're going to land the ball.
I love that you guys put that bunker there because
awesome.
it becomes a subconscious target when you try to avoid it.
Yeah.
And I've put it in there once, but usually I'm like right around it.
Yeah.
And I try not to be.
So it's a well-placed bunker.
Yeah.
But so on number 4, it's a really easy hole especially for the better player. And so
confidence builder.
I smash it over those bunkers, hits the side hill and takes a forward and right kick, and you end up just in front of the green. If I smash it beyond or whatever, if you hit it there now with the trees that we put in there, it's flipping a coin whether you're going to be dead or alive. So I'm just going to probably hit 3 wood off the tee to maybe 70, 80 yards out.
With a nice draw.
And then, well, no, you can hit a 3 wood. I'd be able to hit straight.
Yeah.
And then have 70, 80 yards in. So I'll probably make less birdies, but once in a while, if you hit that driver and you can get yourself in trouble. And I've made the odd bogey there, but I don't think if I'm hitting 3 off the tee, I probably would almost never make a bogey, but make less birdies because if you're 70, 80 yards out, you're going to make less birdies than if you're 20 yards out.
I understand. I'm just disappointed.
Well, but that's part of a bigger thing that's going on there.
Oh.
Now, that whole open space between hole 4, 5, and 6, it is going to be a mountain.
Wow. Oh yeah, I saw you guys were pouring the
Trucks are going in now.
I'm actually excited to they worked all weekend. I haven't been there since Friday afternoon. So I'm really excited to get there after the hangout today and see how big it's getting.
That's cool.
But so it's going to kind of give more separation and more intimacy on holes 4, 5, and 6 because you're not going to be able to look over and see what's around you and whatnot. And so those trees that are on 4, they were in that open space.
Yep.
And so we've moved them over there so they're actually in an impactful spot. But again, the average golfer doesn't do that. The average golfer hits it out in the fairway kind of by the bunker, and then they hit it up by the green. Those trees will not impact them.
Right.
But it's going to impact the better player that tries to get aggressive there. So more along the lines of making it more difficult for the better golfer, but not impacting the average golfer.
It hurts, but I understand.
Yeah.
I want to say one more thing. I think I've told you this before, but I love the drone stuff you guys are doing.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I get fascinated. Like if I want to go play a golf course, I'll look up on YouTube if it has a drone flyover of every hole. And you guys have been posting a lot of drone shots of the holes and the change and stuff. I love that. So if that means anything to you.
Yeah, well, shout out to Daniel Wadge, is our guy that does the vast majority of our social media. I still do a little bit of it, but I used to do most of it myself. But yeah, he's way better than me, and he loves it. And we bought a drone for him to use and do that. Just trying to take our social media game to another level. It's
noticeable.
Yeah, we don't like to do the things the way everyone else does it. We like to try to elevate what we do and elevate our brand by stepping up and doing things a little differently.
Well, it's a good one. It's a good idea.
This is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada Storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transition. Canadian storage provider. For more details on Sentinel, sentinel.ca. You could also find a convenient location nearest you. Right now, 75% off 8 weeks on 5x5, 5x10, and 10x10 units. That will go until November 30th. Murray McCourt, Tom Gazzola, Matt Iwanyk with you here. Coming up at 11, we've got the Lock Shop, myself and Huss. We've got Oil Stream today, EST Afternoons, Reed Wilkins Show. We also have the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pre- and post-game shows today, as Tommy will get you set with Benny for Oilers and Blues tonight. They'll be in Dallas to take on the Stars tomorrow. So back-to-back games for the Edmonton Oilers on the road. A month where they're on the road a lot. They come back very little, and then they're on the road again. So we'll get to that. Want to talk CFL playoffs, and also we should talk a bit about the Blue Jays as well. Where do we want to begin here? Want to go to the tough one first for some out there, the Blue Jays?
Sure.
That's a rough one.
Yeah.
That's
World
enough for us.
Series.
Like in the end, yeah, it was that will go down as one of the better World Series that will have ever happened.
Epic.
If you take away if you're just a baseball fan.
Well, Game 7,
And the
an
excitement.
18-inning game. I mean, there's a lot of things that happened in that World Series that haven't happened in World Series before.
A lot of drama. Game 6 with the play at the wall.
Yeah. Oh, my
Getting
God.
lodged. And then you've got the Kiki Hernandez brilliant play where he throws it. I think it was Rojas who caught it. And if you watch, like the way he catches that, it's like almost behind him or something.
And he just like,
And
that was on Barger?
was that on Barger? Yeah, I guess maybe. But there's a good chance. Like it's those small margins. Like a lot of players might miss it. You might not catch that, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Like and boom, now all of a sudden runs come home and stuff like that, or the Jays are a little bit lighter, and then you get tie game from the Dodgers. Then the Jays was so close in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
Then the Dodgers get bases loaded in the 10th, can't get it done. And just so many different opportunities, and in the end, like it wasn't. Ohtani got beat twice by the Jays.
He was not great.
Blake Snell, twice got beaten by the Jays and all that, and still and then Yamamoto, guy pitches
Unreal.
in Game 6, unbelievably, and then pitches 2 2/3 or whatever it was, and then how?
Old school.
Game 7, man. You got to do what you got to do.
Whatever it
There's a lot of
takes.
time off now. I don't know. I like for me, I'm not a big baseball guy. Like I can't sit around and talk about the ins and outs of this. But a couple of things that stand out for me with it is if you just look at the stats, you wonder how in the hell the Blue Jays lost because they out hit them badly in the series. But ultimately, winning is not easy. I talk about that a lot with the Oilers over the last couple of years and whatnot. Like it's not an easy thing to get over that hump and get the job done. And they had all those opportunities. They had all these hits, but they left so many runners on base and in key moments.
Yeah.
That's I guess that's what my point is. Like when you're the batter and you got this guy in scoring position, the bases are loaded and one is out, you can't hit into the double play. You got to do, and you do. I mean, the pressure in those situations on those guys is immense, and like winning isn't easy.
Clutch performances from clutch performers on the Dodgers, and it's listen, what did Dusty say? The Jays had the fourth, or was it Adam Krolnick? Fourth highest payroll in baseball. So both teams are putting up big bucks behind their players. But you look at that Dodgers lineup, and it's like all-star after all-star after all-star after all-star, Cy Young winner. And like I felt bad in extra innings in Game 7 when Yamamoto was getting ready because like Chris Bassett did a great job. Like all due respect to him. But you got Yamamoto who pitched brilliantly in a couple games already and the night before, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll pitch. I'm good."
It's ridiculous.
And then to me, it was just like, "Oh my goodness, I don't know how the Jays are going to pull this off." I feel so bad for their fans. I feel like you listen to their interviews from the players and how much, and like I feel bad. I really do. And it was an incredible run. I don't know what happens with the Blue Jays going forward, but if they are going to have the payroll behind them, they should be able to put a competitive team out there for a good number of years. But yeah, it just felt like everything kind of came together at the right time. There was that magic and clutch players making clutch plays in the highest level stress
Who have done
times.
it before and been in those moments before.
So, but just phenomenal baseball, man. And it just shows you when guys are dialed into play and they're not enjoying the splendors of mid-season baseball and, trying to hurry up on getaway day to get to their reso at the next city.
Yeah.
When they're dialed in, like it is such a phenomenal, high intensity, emotional sport, roller coaster ride of emotions. I thought that was brilliant baseball. I loved it.
I did see on X a list of the Jays payroll, and there is a number of very key performers for them that get paid nothing. Like that pitcher that came up. I'm not going to remember his name.
Savage.
Yeah. Like
They say like 60 grand for the playoffs or whatever.
Yeah. Like he's been a AA player most of the year, and he comes in and gives that type of performance. So there's a lot of guys on Toronto that aren't that big name, big money guys that really did well, and they'll get paid now. Whether it's in Toronto or somewhere else, they'll get theirs. But it's interesting. I really wish the Jays would have won because I would have loved. I think it would have been great for our country and unity in our country in a time when we kind of need it. And I think the country would have just popped off. Like I
Celebrating Toronto's team.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll say Jays. There's a good argument made they deserved a better fate in this series. That they were to a degree the better team. But I did see someone on Sports and be like, it's sour grapes. I will say in the end though, it's the better team wins a best of 7 series. And the Dodgers made the plays when they needed to make the plays to win.
Yeah.
It's not about who got more hits. It's about who won more baseball games.
Yeah.
And like even just the final out, Mookie Betts, that's an amazing play. Him grabbing that ball, getting to second, and then whipping that over to Freddie Freeman. Because Vladdy's going home to tie this baseball game. You've got to nail that double play ball, and he nailed it. And that's an amazing ball play with all the pressure on the line too. And that's the one thing though is in the end, when the plays were needed, Rojas with the home run in the 9th, Will Smith with the home run in the 11th, they ended up getting it done. And so they are, to me, then ultimately the deserving champs. What's interesting, though, is I saw this morning, Will Smith, he has won the World Series 6 straight years.
Will Smith.
Or Will Smith has won the World Series in 6 straight years. That's because there was a Will Smith with the Dodgers, Rangers, Astros, Braves, Dodgers.
There's 2 of them, right? Or 3?
Is it 2 of them?
There's
I know there's
multiple. How many
Will
different
Smiths.
Will Smiths are champions? in this here.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I was confused at that for a minute. I was thinking, there's a Marion
guy going
Hossa
around.
baseball here.
Except he didn't win most of the time. He was the opposite, like Corey Perry.
Yes.
Till he got to Chicago, but yeah.
That worked out okay.
Yeah, no, it was a great World Series, though. I will say that. And I've always maintained baseball playoffs, to me, are the best playoffs.
So good.
The intensity, the drama around it, there's just nothing like it.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is their business also moves on. Yesterday it was announced who are the free agents.
Yep.
Like, and free agency opens, I think it's 10 days after the World Series or something. Free agency opens. They don't mess around. Like, we're right into it. I guess you could say that same with hockey does that too. But we're all on to next season already to a degree. And Jay's got a few signings that they need to get done. Bo Bichette being a big one.
Yeah. You don't bring back Scherzer, do you? I know he said that wasn't his last pitch in his career, but
I think it comes with the money. What's the money?
Yeah. And he was kind of up and down this year, right? He had some great moments, and then he
was
struggled, and he was hurt.
But he performed in the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's the one thing he did. He did show up in the playoffs. Like, he pitched to start Game 7, and he was great. He was he was better than Ohtani.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Would you bring back that Bieber that they picked up?
I think if he's healthy, and he was a Cy Young winner. Like, I think you'd want that. But you also can't keep everyone.
No, that's
The
true.
other thing is, unless you're the Dodgers.
The other piece to it with Toronto is that they were projected to be 3rd place in their division.
Yeah.
And they got to Game 7 of the World Series. So, I mean, they certainly overachieved what were the early expectations. And obviously the expectations now will be higher. But their bullpen was a
Huge question mark.
a huge question mark. And so if they are going to contend, they're probably going to need to shore that up.
They were outstanding, though, in this World Series.
Yeah.
I will say that. When the bullpen did go out there, for the most part, they did the job.
Yeah.
So I will give them that. What is the odds for next year? Oh, they don't. Play Alberta doesn't have them yet. America is the favorite to win the World Baseball Classic.
As it should be.
They've never won it.
What?
They're always, like, their lineup is always stacked.
Yeah, but Japan and Dominican Republic are also stacked. Canada's plus 4,000 to win it.
Can you top the finale to the World Baseball Classic that we had the last time? Ohtani versus Trout. That was unreal.
And Ohtani got the win.
He got the win.
America lost.
How
Yeah.
long ago was that?
23.
23 years.
23. So the next one's coming up in 26. Can't wait.
So Ohtani and Trout were both Angels at that time?
Yep. Yeah. And there's a card of, like, I don't know if it was an overhead shot, but it was Ohtani versus Trout baseball card that came out. And it was super cool. I can't remember if they both signed one of them, something like that. And I think Trout is a card collector too.
Is he?
If I'm not mistaken, I have
No,
to ask
he's not a
Dusty.
playoff performer.
Well, he's only played what, 3 playoff
Three
games?
career playoff games.
Wow, that's such a shame.
So you don't know if he's a playoff performer.
Well, I'm saying like he doesn't play. He's got a lot of free time on his hands. He doesn't play in October.
So maybe that's why he's chosen to stay there.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
He gets extra time off. And gets the same money and extra time off.
I will never say I feel bad for Mike Trout in the sense of, this guy's just he's not playing because he's had the chance to leave at points and he hasn't.
And he hasn't. Yeah.
That's true.
Like that's the one. He's a great player.
good for
I enjoyed
him.
a lot, and he's amazing player, and it would have been great to have seen him in the playoffs at some point. But at some point that just so poorly run.
Yeah, that Angels team.
How do
is
you
a mess.
have Ohtani and Trout on your team for years and they didn't even sniff the playoffs?
They made it once, I think, and they
Did they
lost
make
in
it?
the 3. Yeah, because
When
was
they were
not
there?
Trout.
Not with those three.
Yeah, back when Pujols was there with Trout, and they had a pretty good.
Trout's already 34.
Yeah,
Jeez.
he's been in the league for a long time, Matty.
Jeez.
And Ohtani was there for what, like 5 years?
He was there for a while.
Yeah.
I remember watching a piece on 60 Minutes of Ohtani before he signed. I was like, this guy's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you
And I talked to
remember-
Yaremchuk about it. He's like, oh, yeah, this guy's like, I don't know, Yaremchuk
Do you
knew about it before me.
remember Ohtani? I think I was even on the Hangout when this was happening. When he was flying to
Ohtani jet?
He was
Ohtani jet, yeah.
They thought he was flying to Toronto, and everyone was flipping out in Canada. Oh my God, we're signing Ohtani, and it was some businessman from Los
From Shark
Angeles.
Tank. Or
It was
something.
Robert Herjavec, who has the same agency as Shohei Ohtani. So they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
He may have not known what he was doing.
They used him as a ruse.
I have a feeling they probably was like, hey, we need you to take this flight to Toronto. Can't ask what. Like, just we need this favor.
What a-
Okay, sure. Yeah, I could do that for you.
That's brilliant and a jackass move at the same
yeah.
time.
Ohtani came because it was 14, I think I saw. I'll have to go back. When did Ohtani come over to the pros here? Why can't I find it quickly?
Speaking of that, there's this baseball game. It's the
2017 after.
Japanese baseball league
Yep.
game for PS5. And I watched a video of a guy playing that compared to MLB The Show, because MLB The Show is the only MLB baseball game now. And he played as Ohtani in both games, and he's like this Japanese version of the baseball, like their baseball is more fun to play than MLB The Show. But MLB The Show looks awesome. I've played it like a little bit, but I just found that interesting. It's like, oh yeah.
I can't wait for the World Baseball Classic, by the way, though.
When is it?
March.
When and where?
Spring
March.
training.
And where?
And this is like the first time ever Canada's not in a pool with U.S. We're always in a pool with these. I love the Canada-U.S. games.
Where is
They're
it?
always tight.
It's all over the place,
I think
isn't it?
we're in
All over the world or all over?
to a degree, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of neat. I really like what they've done with the World Baseball Classic.
We beat the U.S. in the first one. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
And we've always played the Americans close. There's been we've lost close ones, but we've always played them very close.
Like I said, I'm not a baseball guy. How many Canadians are playing
lot.
in the?
It's
in the majors?
quite a big. And in fact, one Canadian that was the World Series winner, and that's Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman's parents are Canadian, and I will always have a soft spot for Freddie Freeman
Yeah.
because he could be playing for Team America, but he chooses to play for Team Canada. He's played for Canada the last 2 World Baseball Classics,
Wow.
and he's a great
He used
great
to play
player.
for the Braves.
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Hall of
Won the
Famer.
World Series with them. Is now won with the Dodgers. This guy's brilliant. He won them the World Series last year because he was a beast.
Well, I mean, that 18-inning home run, like straight away
That
center
too.
at Dodger Stadium, like unbelievable.
So this year's World Baseball Classic, or next year, Japan, Puerto Rico, and U.S.
cool.
And Canada is in the Puerto Rican pool. We're with Puerto Rico, Cuba, Panama, and Colombia. That is not an easy group.
No.
We are the worst team of the rankings going into that one. Ugh.
But we are developing more baseball players,
Yes.
which is great.
Eric Zabrowski, Edmontonian. He plays for Cleveland. He had ridiculous numbers this year when he came back from injury.
Yeah.
So he
Reed
was,
was
on,
talking to him the other day, so I think he's going to be coming back on soon.
Yeah, he was on with Reed and Jay last year.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be part of that team. We actually have a pretty solid team. Like not solid to be
pitchers?
like we're going to go win.
Pitching.
I wonder if I could find a team.
There's a few decent pitchers, Sobrowski being one of them.
What would be our team? The roster for the 2003 World Baseball Classic, that's not going to help.
Tyler
Can I
Black better
find
be on the team.
Canadians.
Rod Black's son.
Oh, really?
in
Yeah, he's been up and down in Milwaukee, so
Major.
hopefully he makes it.
League
Rod
Baseball.
Black's such a good guy.
List of active players. Who do we got? Do we have pitching here? I don't know who would be our best pitchers. Well, Josh Naylor with the Mariners. He'll be playing. He's at first base, though, so he's a fielder. I'm just trying to see if I can find pitchers. Who do we got that are in the pros right now? I don't know a lot of these names. Nick Pivetta. He's right now with the Padres. Matt Brash is with the Mariners. Cal Quantrill. He must be his son.
That's Paul Quantrill's son. Yeah,
it must be.
He had some. I think during COVID, he had a couple of instances where he wasn't following the rules.
Mike Soroka.
Oh, he's good.
He's battled some injuries over his career. He's from Calgary.
Yeah.
Jameson Taylor, he was a Yankee for a couple of years, was spent this past year with the Cubbies. Actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he had a really good year this year. How did he do with the Cubbies?
Well, then we have a good rotation for round robin play, and
in 2000,
we have 3 or 4 decent starters.
In 24, he appeared in 28 games. He was 12-8.
That's pretty good.
I don't know what he did last year. So and then at one point we need a new manager. Because Ernie Witt has always been our manager. And I love Ernie Witt, but he's like in his 70s. Oh. And we've got to prepare for life after Ernie at some point. So I'm intrigued who it is. But I hope it's still Ernie Witt because he's fantastic.
Is oh God, what the hell's his name? Oh God, Larry Walker. Is he not involved? Would he not want to be involved?
I think he was part of the coaching staff last time. So I don't know if he'd be. He probably will be our manager moving forward.
He was in the Expos documentary, and he talked about his affinity for Canada. So,
Supersized Indiana Jones. Matt, is it one and done decision deciding who to play international baseball for? I don't know. I don't think it is. I think you almost, because I know of others that have possibly changed, and that worries me that Freddie Freeman might be like, because he should be playing for the Americans possibly, and so I'm wondering who he'll choose. No. Caster 1990 says there's 23 Canadians, but he says. That's excluding Freeman and Vladdy. There were 23 Canadians in Major League Baseball. So, there's 23 guys right away that you could start filling out a roster with. But I fingers crossed that Freddie will join.
Yeah.
Vladdy won't be.
One other
Dominican?
They're not. He's not going to do it.
He doesn't even speak English.
One other thing in Game 7, have the benches ever cleared in a World Series before?
That was fun. I like that. I don't know.
That's just another
benches,
another moment in that game. That's
and
just
the bullpens too.
So, yeah.
I
mean, nobody did anything, but still.
No, it was funny. It was silly, but it was funny and just added to it.
Yeah, because if somebody would have done something, it's Game 7 of the World Series. You're not going to be the guy that's, getting yourself tossed out of the game because you punched some guy in the face.
But that would have been your chance because it's Game 7. What are you going to get suspended for the first few games next year?
But if you get kicked out of this game,
but you're not playing.
You got to be like low end player.
Yeah, so this is your shot.
You're the low end player and go out and
just clock Vladdy Jr. or go clock Shohei Ohtani if you're on one of the sides.
Exactly.
Just give him a good one.
Yeah. Ohtani's out of the game with a concussion.
You're like, what happened? Well, the bench player from the Blue Jays cold-cocked him from behind.
Little for the Jays, who is the worst reliever that they no one wanted to see him go in.
Yes.
Just go do something.
Yeah, after that other pitcher.
Just go punch out Mookie Betts or something.
That other Japanese pitcher, Yamamoto. Go sucker punch Yamamoto. Make sure that he can't get in.
Oh, I'm kicked out of the game. Oh, no. Whoops. Okay.
Right in his right elbow.
Yeah.
Just all is forgiven.
Yeah, get him in an arm bar and snap his elbow.
Just feel that? EMG text again says, I hadn't watched much baseball until these last 2 series. What a team. Love the post-game interviews. Ernie's the best. Yeah, Ernie Clement has kind of become like a folk hero, which is great. He seems like a pretty down-to-earth, legitimate guy. Where does he fit? Matty, I don't follow the Jays.
I don't follow them close enough to know those things.
I know he was around all season. Where did they scoop him up from Pittsburgh or something like that? Yeah, I don't know. Guys that had great playoffs, are they guys who can put together a good 162 game season? Or did they just rise to the occasion?
That young pitcher.
Yeah, Savage being one. And I know
he legit. I mean,
they're pretty high on him.
He stepped up in very big moments.
Yeah, so
and performed very well in some big moments. I know somebody asked, was Barrios hurt? And El Presidente, yes, Barrios was hurt. I think most would agree he probably wasn't hurt. The guy didn't want to play bullpen. He didn't want to come out of the bullpen. He couldn't be a starter. And just naturally, right near the end of the season, he got quote unquote hurt.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's a guy that just didn't want to come out of the bullpen.
Pulled an MBT.
That's what it seemed like at the time. At the very least.
Cool.
Did you guys watch? Were you able to watch any of the CFL playoffs this weekend?
Yep.
I was at Joey Bell Tower before the game, and they had the Stamps BC game on and the World Series at the same time. So I was kind of catching a little bit of that game, but I didn't see any of the Montreal Winnipeg game. But
Great football games this weekend.
Yeah.
Fantastic CFL games this weekend. It was like, combined, I think 900 yards of offense in Montreal, Winnipeg.
Calgary had it. They had it, and they blew it.
the stats are saying that game that Calgary was the better.
They
better
should have
team.
won that game.
But yeah, well,
Blew it at the end of the first half.
Yep.
VA took way too long to get rid of that football. They are in field goal range. They end up with no points. Can't even kick a field goal. At the end of the game, somehow, a great catch by Barnes. Great throw by VA into almost triple coverage.
Yep.
Barnes gets destroyed, but holds on to that football.
I saw that play. Holy.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. How
And
do you
then
hang on to that?
they get the field goal to tie it, but they leave a little too much time on the clock.
Yeah.
And what a throw and what a catch by by Rourke to McInnes.
Yes.
And then Sean White kicks the field goal.
Sean
Good for
White's
Sean White.
Sean White's the wrong guy that Calgary wanted on the field to kick the field goal because he doesn't miss.
It was both games. Like Montreal was up. What? It was like 25 to like 4 or something like that. It was just a ridiculous number. And then all of a sudden it was quickly turned. Winnipeg scored a touchdown, then a pick, and scored more points. And it was entertaining as hell. Winnipeg, a lot of free agents for next year.
Their dynasty run is over.
Yeah.
That was
Outside
it.
of Zach Collaros, pretty much everyone's a free agent.
Yeah.
I was already looking at some of those like the wide receivers, like Wheatfall or something. Fime Ed or something like that's the type of guy I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I want someone like that for this team. But yeah, their dynasty has now officially come to a close.
Great run.
Although I saw one person be like, maybe it's time to fire Mike O'Shea. I don't want to call out who that media member was, but it's like,
Really?
it's ridiculous.
I mean,
Maybe Mike O'Shea wants to, if their window's
Yeah.
over, maybe Mike wants to go and
refresh somewhere
refresh
else.
somewhere else.
you retool right in Winnipeg. You've got some leeway to do that one.
There's an opening in Ottawa.
Yeah, I guess maybe if that's the only option you got. I'm curious, though, because we talked about this last week. Tyrell Ford re-ups 2 years
Yeah.
in Edmonton. Like, I fell off my chair when I saw that. And I happy fall off my chair. And then he was asked, like, you and Trey aren't a package deal. He says, I love it here. I want to be here. Like, whoa.
Yeah, I saw him. He was at the hockey game, not the Hawks one, but the one before.
Rangers?
Yeah, the Rangers one, and a bunch of the players were there, and I was like, "Hey, Terrell, good to see you. Congrats on the deal." I was like, "Man, I'm excited. I'm happy to be here." I was
That's
like,
awesome.
"Oh,
I saw an interview with him and Morley. He said he had the most fun this year.
wow."
Yeah.
So I like, hey, look, I'm sure he wants the best for his brother and all
Yeah.
that, but you have to look after yourself too at all times.
Yeah.
And
And they paid him.
he's the highest paid
course.
defensive back in the
Yeah.
game.
So that helps.
Well, just the fact that it's him and JJ Ross, are there. Cordell Jackson is
KJ
signed.
there, yeah.
You still have Jalen Garnes or Royce Metier for safety. The question is Kobe Williams. He's not signed. That's the one free agent that they have for the secondary they want. But
Is Royce still under contract, or is he a free agent?
it looked like he was under contract. He wasn't on that list.
Okay,
But he would start the year injured. I would
Right.
assume off an Achilles. It's usually about a year.
yeah, he was at the game too, and his little wheelie thing.
Well, was he on a wheelie
Yeah.
thing still?
But you could right off the bat, like 4 to 5 secondary should be back, and that
Linebacker
secondary
core
was
is
great.
going to be studs no matter which way they
Yeah.
go. The linebacker core is going to be elite.
How about Ed saying that? Well, Niles Morgan's name came up, and Ed said linebackers are replaceable.
Yeah,
Except Logan Jr. He was specific, I think, to mention like Logan Jr.'s not part of that conversation.
right.
He's there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Niles. We talked about that last week. The bad thing to do in football is get old and get paid too much, and Niles is both, and so he's probably the one that's going to go and use that money elsewhere.
Yeah, well, the money that won't go. The D line, Robbie Smith's still under contract. I would find it hard to believe that
Yeah.
Robbie Smith is still with this team
Yeah.
come next year. Jake Serezna is a UFA.
I'd like if they kept Serezna.
Yeah,
That's just personal.
But he would need to take a
he's
pay
such a
cut.
good
I would have
dude.
to
Yeah,
say.
he's a good player still too.
But they do need Barlow, Noah Taylor, Kongbo. Those are 3 guys on the D line that were good this year that are all free agents. And I would take those 3 over Jake Serezna for next year, personally. I think just with the rotation that they got going, they were better. So if it does come at a cost of Srezna and Robbie Smith, I'm not opposed to that completely.
Would you do
Because
anything
you still need the wide receivers. And Justin Hardy is the one that from Ottawa, too, that's a free agent.
Would you do anything with the O-line?
McKellar and Boyko are both free agents.
Boyko was hurt a lot of this year, wasn't he?
Ivy, Cordy, Beard, and O'Donnell are signed. To me, this is perfect. You go get a different right tackle, and you're in a good spot as an O-line. Because to me, O'Donnell would be considered. To me, I look at him as if he's a free agent signing for next year. He came in late this season.
I know they like him
And
too.
he's a beast. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think for me that's like I would have liked 2 moves on the O-line. I think O'Donnell I consider as 1.
Okay.
And then you go at a nice right tackle. I'm okay with that O-line at that point.
How old is Mark Cordy getting to be? He's been around. Seems like he's been around forever and ever and ever.
Early 30s, maybe?
Yeah, he looks 21 still.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the same skincare program you got probably.
He's 29.
He's only 29?
Yeah,
It
me
seems
too.
like he's been
I'm
in the
29.
league forever.
David Beard is 32. He'll be 33 next season.
Yeah, and he was still solid last year. Good leadership,
Yeah,
too.
he got banged up too. But those linemen, man, they they battle.
Carter O'Donnell is 26. He'll be 27 next year.
Wow.
Martez Ivy, I would feel, is older.
You think I thought he was young.
Oh, he's 30. He's going to turn 31 next year. He was great last year. He took a step back this year. He needs to get back. If he could take that step back to where he was last year, and then you solidify the right tackle. You're in a nice spot. It's that receiver. You go get that.
Wow.
Go get a superstar.
Who's the quarterback?
It's Cody.
Yeah.
Unless he retires, it's Cody.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know. But you weren't on that last week. We were talking about
No.
this. But like Cody doesn't have, like, I don't know that a great receiver, unless he's chasing the money, wants to come here and catch balls from Cody Fajardo, who can't throw the ball downfield. I don't know.
Well, part of it will be money. That's just natural too. I think you could look at Edmonton and see that, like, okay, well, defense helps win you games, and the defense is something to, I think, start being fearful of.
Yeah.
And I think if you're a receiver, you might sit there and be like, you want to know something? It's not about Cody as much as, okay, they got Justin Rankin. He's going to take attention off of me. That's going to open me up to catch that ball. And me and Rankin together, we're going to be huge together. Yeah. Also, Brady's a free agent in Winnipeg, by the way, too.
Oh, interesting. Where's Curly Gittins? What's his contract status? Because like he kind of
on that list.
He kind of
I think
flew under the radar a lot.
Thank you to 3 Down Nation, by the way, for posting all those free agent lists, because the CFL, for whatever reason, doesn't want to, but although they should do it. If they could, they do.
I like that.
Gittins Jr. is a free agent. Dunbar's, Julian Grant, Middlemost, and Smith are all free agents in the receiving corps.
So there's lots of opportunity there.
They could turn that over big time.
Yes. They like Benjamin Victor. They like OJ Allaire. And I know Zach Mathis was hurt for most of the season, but he's intriguing at 6'7" or 6 foot. The guy's a giant. He's walking around, and I'm just like,
he's the guy that they did in the supplemental draft last year.
Yeah, they gave up their first rounder, I think.
And we were talking about this last week. Again, what is the name and position of the guy that they drafted last year that was
defensive line?
He's a defensive line? Okay, is he? Because that's one spot I was just going to ask about. Do you think that the defensive line, the guys you were talking about, they came in and played well, but did they really have a pass rusher that's going to dominate and get into, make the quarterback's life difficult like almost every play?
That was Srezna.
Not this year. But
Well, his knee
he's
popped
interior too, though.
Yeah,
meniscus.
You need do they have a
on the
edge guy?
I don't
Good
know.
point.
The one thing is they did so well, though, with the rotation and just bringing guys in and out.
Yeah.
That caused the pressure on the quarterback that you just never knew who's going up there. They stayed fresh.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the way that they go about it.
Yeah, maybe.
Doing those.
Just do it by
What
committee.
were the staff? Who got the most sacks?
In the mean, while you get that, I'm going to read David Section T's text. He sent in a few. Said Dusty should be calling Grey Cup and the West Final. Put your most excited announcer on the most exciting game. Same. And then Cordy's same age as Justin Lawrence. Dusty will get Grey Cups, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just a hierarchy thing right now, or
Yeah,
a seniority thing.
Rod, I love Rod. He's awesome. It was great to get to work with him this year and get to know him. I love that crew. They're so good. Rod's like, yeah, I only have a few years left. It's like, yeah, well.
How old is he?
Oh man, Rod's got to be close to early 60s probably.
Yeah, but you can do that job for a long time. You don't,
Yeah, but I mean,
Changes should be made at some point. Your best play-by-play guy should do your biggest games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Rod was in the Blue Jays locker room when they won in '92. There was a video that popped up the other day where I'm like, "Holy Smith, there's Rod," and he was just a young buck. I think Rod's like almost a day oneer at TSN or like late '80s, early '90s. Yeah, he's awesome. I love him. He's great.
Rod Smith. Can I quickly find his? And then I do have there's no age on this. Noah Taylor and Jonathan Kongbo both tied for 4 sacks each for the Elks this year. And they didn't start they didn't start till about the second half of the year, those guys. So those guys could possibly be those guys for you.
Yeah.
And again, if that comes at the cost, like to bring those guys of a Seresnan or Robbie Smith, I'm slightly okay with that because you need to also save some money for some other spots.
Yes.
And so
like
we'll
the
see.
receiver.
Receiver's the big one. And if you could find that just solid right tackle, I think it just changes the entire team in a way that we'll see how next year goes.
Well, and now he's a year back in. I mean, that was what Ed was known for when he was a GM before, is he finding diamonds in the rough and getting them up here, guys we never heard of. And Brandon Zylstra is a big name that comes to mind. But, we have to think that there's going to be a body or two that he gets up here to join the team we don't know who they are now. We don't know what positions they are, but they're going to be impact players and help the team.
I agree with that.
Sask BC, Montreal Hamilton this weekend, which will be fun. What's the weather in Saskatchewan? That's the one concern I have for Nathan Rourke. What is going to, right now, the forecast for Regina for Saturday. -1.
Ooh.
Cloudy, -1 is the high on Saturday.
Well, that's not terrible, though.
No, but I'm just that advantage a little bit Saskatchewan to me in that situation.
I'm still going to stick with what I said last week. I'm going to go with the road teams and go BC and Montreal for the Grey Cup.
I had Montreal, Saskatchewan to start this all.
That, yeah.
I'm sticking with that one, and I still have Montreal winning it all.
BC Montreal. Davis Alexander still unbeaten. I know it's been as a starter. I know it's been like he's been hurt a bunch, but
we're like 15, 16 games now.
I know
or something.
It's incredible. He's good to talk to. He's got a lot of personality, a lot of jam. I know his post game press conference this weekend was pretty good too. So Alexander versus Rourke in the Grey Cup.
That's big.
Those are two faces of your league.
Yeah.
The next wave. If you will.
Flip side though, Bo versus Trevor Harris, bunch of old guys.
Oh,
the
rematch
guards come.
Rematch of 2018.
Yeah, like that in itself is a fun one. There was a number of years ago. I think it was Rams, Patriots, Chiefs, Saints. I think that was the Final Four, and it was like billed that way because it was Breeze versus Stafford. I think it was that Jared Goff. That might have been Jared Goff. It was Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. It was the old guards and the new guards kind of going at it. It ended up being Tom Brady versus Jared Goff, and then it was like the worst Super Bowl ever. But that's it's the CFL version of this. You got two old guards, one who's never won as the starter, one who is going to go down as one of the greatest to play the position in the game.
Yeah.
And the two up-and-comers faces of this league.
Yeah. Neat. Very neat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good storylines going into this
Saturday's
last 2
going to be a
weeks.
fun time, and then it's Grey Cup week next week. I will be there. I'm very excited.
You're going?
Yeah.
Will you be providing coverage?
No. I'm using vacation days for this. So I'm just going and I'm going to have a good time, and Jerry's going to take care of me as Spirit of Edmonton, and I'm going to enjoy a Grey Cup, and then flights back on Monday were way too expensive, so I have to come back on Tuesday.
You're going to be a Grey Cup Spirit of Edmonton ambassador, aren't you?
I'll be there quite a bit for what I can.
Yeah.
What I love what there is, for those that missed on Thursday, they've partnered with BC.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
saw
a
that.
big room so it's going to be Spirit of Edmonton is going to eat up a large part of the room, but on the part of it is the BC Lions are building almost like a sports bar. So there's just going to be screens to watch all the sports that are going on like the Friday and Saturday. The Lions and so there's a UFC fight. There's a bunch of other things. So there's like areas to just sit and watch some sports. Then there's the Spirit part to all this. So Tall Boy will be performing. It's It's going to be great.
as expected.
Is Dusty calling the BC Saskatchewan game?
I think he's got East again.
I
know he's got East again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's going out to Hammy.
Which it does make sense in one way that like whoever's calling the Grey Cup, that crew should be together throughout the playoffs. But there comes a point where Dusty and Suit should just be doing it all the way through. Although I think one day it'll be Dusty and Paul Lapolis.
Lapo was getting way. I like
Lapo's
Lapo
great.
too. Lapo, he's an interesting guy. I asked him a lot about our Olympic flag football program, and he's like, we need funding. The players have to pay themselves. He says, he's got it down to like $7,000 per player.
Oh my.
Yeah. But that's a program that needs a little bit of funding. He actually, shout out to the Oilers because they helped him out with some memorabilia to auction off.
Okay, good.
And they got him some like really good stuff. But he says like they have good players. He's finally contacted the NFL guys. They have NFL guys that unfortunately will push out just the guys that they've been using who beat the USA the last time out. But he says, the money's tight.
Yeah, but there'll be NFLers pushing up those Americans.
Yes.
And you'll be going up against those guys.
Yeah. So, and I asked if any of the CFLers have a shot at making. He said probably not, unfortunately, because it's such a different game, so few players.
And at the same time, like the NFL is pushing people to go play, but it's going to be during their training camp.
Yeah.
CFL's mid-season.
Yeah, that's true.
That's going to be
What about you and TSN? Because you were getting more games this year than you have in the past. You're liking that and want to?
I love it.
Keep rolling.
I do.
Yeah.
I think the feeling's mutual. I mean, our main producer Eddie was texting me the other day, so him and Dusty were enjoying Montreal together, and
oh boy,
he was texting into the post-game show, and then him and I had a good conversation. So hopefully, knock on wood, sounds like it will continue. I loved it. I loved going down to Calgary. I loved being able to cover a different team at their stadium in their city. I think I built a decent relationship with the Stamps. I genuinely love doing those games.
Yeah,
it is so much fun. It was nice at the end of the season when the Elks got better, especially at home. I think I have a decent relationship with the Elks. I really have a lot of time and respect for Mark Killam. Mike Arcuri does a great job. Dahmer was great. I know he's moved on from there, but I love it, Murray.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, and I get like nervous, but in a good way. And you're like, holy crap, there's a lot of people watching this.
Yes.
You get buddies from the U.S. when it's on CBS. They're like, what are you doing on my TV right now? I'm like, why is CFL on CBS? I'm like, it's part of the deal.
Yeah, well, but it's kind of cool for you too because you were a season ticket holder forever and ever and ever, and
Still
now you're
am.
working the sidelines. Yeah,
Yeah, I just look back at my seats and like DVD because he splits them with me now.
Yeah.
Or my parents or my brother would be just crushing beers, and I'm just like, that'd be pretty nice right now. But the flip side of it is just covering the games, and I genuinely love it. So hopefully it continues to happen.
You're thinking that it could be like every week that you and Dusty going somewhere for football every week?
Well, Dusty's like the big dog now.
Yeah.
I'm just the guppy.
Yeah.
So I go wherever they tell me.
Right.
It's here or maybe Calgary. So
yeah. So
I'd like to do more Calgary games. I really enjoy going down there to cover those games. So we'll see. I don't know. It sounds like it's going down a good path. Hopefully that continues. And it didn't interfere too much with EST either. There was one pre and post game I couldn't do a few weeks ago, and then like a couple hangouts. But and I just do other shows remotely. I think I did Hello Hockey remotely, and then Oil Stream remotely.
Yeah. Well, and with you guys, as long as one of you guys are here.
Yeah.
For
Well,
the
we have a
hangout,
good crew.
It's all good.
Yeah. It is different, I'll say, working with Dusty there than here, because there's CFL Dusty and there's EST Dusty, and they're different.
They're different.
Yeah.
Well, I loved the Calgary game at Labor Day when the EST bus went down there, and like Big Uke was there, and like hey, Dusty. I mean, that was Big Uke's moment in the sun, man. He's on TSN getting kudos from Dusty on national TV, and like see all the EST people there. I mean, which was great for for the station too to get that exposure on national TV and what's going on. So I don't know. I just thought that was super cool to see that
Worlds
happening.
colliding.
And, Dusty's two worlds colliding on national TV.
It was funny because the game, it was pretty much over and they started showing the buses a bit more. And that's where Dwayne coined supersized Indiana Jones. And 40, I went down to the truck after and he's like sitting there. He's already in his sweatsuit, ready to hop on his flight, head to the airport. He's like, hey, that guy that is like a listener that was on the bus that you guys did with the Elks, like he's not mad at me, is he? I'm like, no, he loves it.
Yeah,
it was hilarious. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then pre and post was at that brew house at University, and then Dusty and I went over there, and it was fun to hop on the show and like. There's Stamps fans that were all around there. And like when I walked in, I saw these guys, a table of Stamps fans, like, is that Shinetti? And then they're like showing them, and I could see them passing around a picture of Shinetti. I was like, wrong Italian, sorry. And then when Dusty showed up, like it was really neat. It was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was so cool to be on that broadcast, to have the EST tie-in like that was awesome. So hopefully we can do it again next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have Oiler lines. Before I get to that, the official drink of the EST Hangout, Finnish long drink, legend of 1952, a drink unlike any other sparkling refreshment, real liquor, longdrink.com/Canada's where you get your post to and find a liquor store or establishment nearest you. Oilers Blues tonight, 6:30. GCLT's Ulstrom pregame show, 5:30. We'll get you set for that game. What channel is this on? I just realized it's Monday.
Tonight?
Yeah. Are we Prime or is this Sportsnet? While you look that up
question.
quickly,
Yeah,
if you
I'll look
can.
it up. I'll look it up.
McDavid in between Nuge and Mangiapane, Draisaitl in between Podkolzin and Roslovic, Enrique between Savoy and Frederick, Philp between Howard and Lazar. Extras skating in St. Louis today. Hyman, Janmark, both were on the IR, and Tomasek. Okay, hasn't quacked me.
Sportsnet West tonight.
It is Sportsnet West. Okay. Yeah. Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Wallman, Kulak, Emberson, Regula, Stetcher, fourth pairing for that one. Pickard will get the start. Skinner will probably then, that means get the start tomorrow against Dallas. So that's what we've got. 5:30, GCLD's Ulstrom pregame show. Tommy and Benny will get you set for Oilers and Blues tonight. The Blues, not a great start to the season. They're 3-7-2 this year.
My Hawks pumped them 8-3 earlier this year, so Oilers better match that. 8-3 drubbing.
Well, I don't think they need to match the 8-3 dead on.
The 2 points would be good. Do it with an engaged 3 periods.
Yeah, so I did see this morning.
Second worst, tied for worst in the league.
Interest in Stetcher picking up because
that's great.
Regula gets healthy to be the 7th D-man, then they'll probably try to move on from him. But what do you guys think? What's going to happen when Janmark and Hyman are in the lineup?
Okay, so Janmark here's the up. I gave it a bit on the post game the other day, but Janmark, it's upper body, and like he's skating, but they don't know how it's slowly healing.
Sure, but what's the lineup when those two guys are healthy? Who's coming in? Who's something's
Tomaszek has fallen out of favor a little bit. It seems like
they can probably.
But he's out for tonight, though, right?
Yeah,
they can get him through waivers probably. And
Lazar, unfortunately,
easy one
would probably be one, and then depending, like I like what Howard's doing. I like what the young guys are doing.
Yeah.
But one of them, well, probably Howard would be the easy one, and that's just a number. Or Philp.
I was going to say, is there a way to do Philp where...
Yeah, Philp would probably, and people probably don't like it, and Philp has played well, but it's pretty clear where the team views him, and that's as an extra forward. So that's probably what happens. And then people were asking about like Janmark and a trade possibility. I was told the other night it's relatively quiet, but there has been interest in him in the past, and the teams that do like him really like him a lot. So I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if the Oilers like and appreciate him. And I know part of the reasoning why it's more unlikely for him to be moved on and traded is because he's in the second year of that deal, and that deal isn't all that enticing to some teams.
For sure. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. But Philp would have to go through waivers, but I don't think anyone would pick up Philp on for waivers.
Probably not.
Not unless a team had got a massive crazy run of injuries or something and they needed somebody.
Yeah, everyone overhypes their own players.
Yeah.
That you sit to them like, well, he's doing so well, but it's also like but somebody else would have to have him on their active roster.
Does somebody in
Are they willing to do that?
Nashville know and appreciate Noah Philp, and they're going to be like, oh, we got to get this guy.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
And is that going to be the reason the Oilers don't win a Stanley Cup? That you didn't have a Noah Philp potential. I'd like to still see him there, but that's maybe, and I guess that's where you'll know if they're putting him down, they don't feel like anyone's going to claim him.
Right. And Thomasek,
Because you could put Howard.
Easy.
He's exempt.
Thomasek is exempt from waivers. Well, then,
he's waivers exempt this season.
And Howard you could send
exempt,
him.
Yeah.
So I guess, but it's an easy Philp and Lazar for those two. But with what you're saying, Mark's probably further off. So there's really only one guy that you have to deal with. So it's Lazar for Hyman right now. Whenever he's ready to go. But him being on the trip, I think, is a decent sign.
Yeah.
I would say those, just don't rush it. There's no point.
Yeah, you don't need to.
You had your first target date, November 1 type thing. It wasn't there. For me, I would say 2 weeks. You're not drawing into a starting lineup for 2 weeks. And if it's not ready in 2 weeks, then another 2 weeks. Just add 2 weeks and just make sure he's coming back. You know he is healthy.
Yeah.
He probably wants to rush it back because he's probably fearful. If I don't hurry up and get back, I mean, am I going to have a job?
Hyman doesn't have to worry about that.
Oh, not Hyman. Sorry, I was meaning Janmark.
Oh, yeah. No, Hyman. I'm talking Hyman.
Okay, sorry.
Hyman's one that you just, who cares? Janmark, no offense. Like, that's not. Hyman's the one to me. It's.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I agree with that.
Just give 2 weeks.
Sure.
Like, there's no reason to rush him. And then, like, he could maybe come into the lineup. Kate, you're hurt for 2 more games or whatever. Just, like, let's make sure that you're 100% healthy. Because right now, this game in November doesn't matter as much as that game in June.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're certainly not going to start him, not coming back tonight and then playing again tomorrow. They're not going to do that to him either.
Yeah. Use those 3 extra days, see where he's at by Saturday's game against
that makes sense.
Colorado, pardon me. And away you go.
The race for McKenna is interesting right now. Calgary, St. Louis, Minnesota, San Jose, Vancouver, the bottom 5.
Calgary, did they win last night? They did win.
They
did?
did?
Yeah, 2-1.
And St. Louis has lost 7, but they have 2 games in hand on Calgary. So Calgary right now is in prime position for Gavin McKenna. Minnesota, though, right there.
Yeah, they're not off to a good start. Huh.
And then Colorado, Winnipeg, Montreal, New Jersey, Pittsburgh. Top 5 team in the National League right now.
It's all Dan Muse.
Unbelievable.
You Dubas, he's a genius, baby.
Yeah.
How about who are you guys picking to be the goalies for Team Canada right now? Because Bennington is awful.
Doesn't matter
so far.
Doesn't matter.
You're still taking Bennington as your starting goalie.
Bennington wasn't exactly performing out of this world going into Four Nations
he wasn't
last year.
Yeah.
Bennington in those moments is different. Doesn't matter to me. Bennington could, as long as he's not hurt, it's Bennington.
Okay.
Bennington.
Okay, I can buy into that, but you're not taking Montembeault. You're not taking him.
There's the one guy that might be swapped out as Montembeault.
They only took 3 guys to the orientation camp.
Yeah.
So they didn't bring anyone else.
And it was those same 3 guys?
Yeah. The one thing I'll say about Montembeault, though, is like, who cares? It's a third goalie.
Yeah.
We will when one guy goes down with an injury.
Right, but then you're playing the other guy. Like,
right, Aiden Hill.
Like, how often when we've had it has that third goalie actually come into play? Like, it's the 2 goalies. We've had Curtis Joseph get replaced with Martin Brodeur in 2002.
And Ed Belfour was the backup the rest of the way.
Was he the backup? Yeah. You had Brodeur lose this job to Luongo in 10. It was Luongo in 14 completely. I don't remember if Brodeur was the whole goalie through 06. If anything, if there's any stumble from Binnington, it's going to go to Aiden Hill, but you're not throwing Montembeault back in. Like, if Hill stumbles, you're going to go back to Binnington or you're out of the tournament anyways. Yeah. So to me, I don't even care about the third goalie. Like, it doesn't matter. It's Aiden Hill then. Like, and I still think you're taking Aiden Hill.
I would almost roll over that entire Four Nations face-off team. The only, who are you taking out? Like, Lawton? Or no?
There's a couple small, different ones.
Would you take out Sorelli? Probably not.
You got it. Who was Scheifele there?
No.
So you got to add Scheifele. Like, there's a couple guys that that were
Tom
hurt.
expand though too, right? They're taking more players.
Yeah.
Would you take Tom Wilson? Because I would.
I wouldn't. If it was the Four Nations Cup on this size of ice, I would.
It is this ice.
NHL.
We are playing NHL ice.
Yes,
it is.
Okay.
It
is NHL ice.
Oh, then maybe that changed because but it's not going to be as physical. I mean,
I hope it is.
It's Olympic refereeing.
It's not NHL refs. That is the difference. It's double IHF refs.
Yeah, I don't think I'd take him.
It'll be fine. Like, well, as we start getting closer to December, then the conversations are really going to start picking up. When are those dates? Do we know?
Like the roster dates.
Olympic hockey.
Yeah, I think you got to take
rosters.
Logan Thompson over.
Over Montembeault?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And is he your number 3? I don't know. I mean, there's still a couple months to.
The goalies are such a crapshoot, aren't they?
They'll be projected on, or they're supposed to be announced around January 1st. So as we start moving closer, we're going to get closer and closer to the announcement. But yeah, to me, Montembeault doesn't matter to me. But Binnington's your goalie. Once that Four Nations final win happened and how great he was in that, it was just easy. He's your starter.
Yeah.
There's no other question. He deserves it. He gets the shot at it.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's fair, but it's got to be making people a little nervous right now how those 3 goalies are playing.
But you're playing in front of behind a much better team.
Yeah.
Fair.
And there's maybe for goaltending a little bit, or at least with like a Binnington, a little more confidence knowing that, okay, who are the guys that are in front? Like you got McDavid, you got McKinnon, you got Crosby, you got McCarr. You got those are the guys that are in front of you. That if you give up a goal, they've got me.
Yeah.
They've got me.
Well, yeah.
The confidence got to be different.
And until the play, I mean, some of the teams that they're going to be playing are obviously not going to be competitive with them either. You know, like the Four Nations, like even Finland was the first game last year. Like, Finland's not going to beat Canada. Sorry, it's not going to happen.
Olympics,
you're probably
2026 hockey. What is the schedule here? Canada will take on. We start with the Czechs on Feb 12th. Then we get Switzerland on the 13th, although Switzerland always challenges Canada very well. And then we have France on February 15th, which should just be domination.
Yeah, 15-0.
Yeah, it should be. So nothing too crazy.
No.
And then you see how everyone positions after that. So they should qualify directly to the quarterfinals. And then that's where the thing is, like where a third goalie doesn't matter, is that Binnington's not going to struggle enough through that thing.
Not against France.
But even if he does, you're going to Hill, and there's no time for your third goalie unless there's major injury that occurs, which
knock on wood.
Okay. Yeah. Over under for Play Alberta. Download the app, visit them, playalberta.ca. Tonight's Monday nighter. I don't even know what tonight's Monday nighter is.
Dallas Cowboys, my team against his team.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, is it Cards Cowboys?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, no, the Cowboys are going to win.
Minus
pretty
196
safe
on
to
the money line. Over under is 54 points. Is it a high scoring game or a low scoring game?
Well,
I'll say high scoring.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
In Dallas, 6:15. Dallas minus 3.5 on the spread. Favorites.
Yeah, I would take them to
double
cover.
down on my. Our offense is going to light it up. It's can our defense stop anybody?
Well, it's Jacob. Is Kyler back or is it Jacoby Brissett?
I thought Kyler's playing. Is he not playing?
Yeah.
We thought he was practicing.
Yeah, they announced on Friday that Brissett is going to start.
Yeah, no, it's been very painful. I didn't even watch last weekend because I knew.
Yeah. Here's a headline.
No, they were on the bye week, weren't they?
Here's a headline from Saturday. Kyler Murray has never lost at Cowboys home, but won't start as they visit on a 5-game skid.
He's undefeated in his entire collegiate career, high school career, because he's from there, right? So
yeah. Well, he pointed that out when he was pandering for a $40 million per year contract. And he said, I was a winner in high school. And I'm like, oh, God.
He was a winner, too, in Oklahoma. He was in college Oklahoma.
Oh, he was a great quarterback.
The Heisman Trophy, yeah.
Yeah, and he's drafted by the A's in baseball and all. But he brought up the high school stuff. And I thought to myself, I'm like, why? You sound like a whiny baby right now. You're going to get paid, man.
Yeah.
And he did. And they were talking about, him playing video games too much and the commitment to putting in time, game study and stuff like that. And, I mean, it seems like he's matured a bit.
Now, though?
26, 27.
Is that all he is? Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies. I had a question for you, though, Maddie. Baltimore. I thought Baltimore was going to be, legit this year. And
well, have you seen the injuries that they've had?
Well, that's what that's why I'm asking. What's going on?
Well, they had a bunch of injuries before. Lamar Jackson was out for 4 weeks. He missed 3 games.
He's back now, though.
I beat Miami. So they won this. They won last week against Miami. They beat the Bears. They were on a 2-game win streak.
So, and they're 3-5?
They're 3-5. Pittsburgh is 5-3. But the Ravens have a very soft schedule. Very soft schedule. They have if they there is a potential of them going on a run here.
Okay.
Where they're back. They are the favorite to win the AFC North in odds. At least was last week.
Right.
So
Have they played Pittsburgh yet?
nope. There's so they
you
get
got 2 games against
They got
Pittsburgh,
Minnesota, who shocked and beat the Lions in a big game
yes,
this
wow.
this past weekend. It's the Panthers beating the Packers.
I know.
Yes.
Then I don't know if there's another, but then there's a Cincy stretch of 3 that the Ravens are going to get soon. They need to go minimum 2 of 3, if not all 3, and one of those wins has to be Pittsburgh.
Micah Parsons' first game in his career with 0 pressures yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. Against Carolina.
It's 10:55. That just popped up out of nowhere.
What a show.
That's it for the EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage, right here on
can't
Edmonton
stay
Sports
here
Talk.
and
Your clear
chat
choice
for
for
another
Edmonton Sports,
couple
presented by
hours?
Play Albert. You need to go see what's happening at the ranch.
I do.
You need to go see how all those renovations are going. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. We've got Lock Shop coming up. We got Oil Stream, EST Afternoons, Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Mill, GCLD's at Oil Stream pre and post game shows. That's all to come right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Also just got a text from Dusty. Promo codes reloaded. From last month to November now. So those promo codes working once again. Thank you to everyone for tuning into the EST Angle presented by Sentinel Storage. On behalf of Murray, Tommy, I'm Matt. Thanks again. Lock Shop coming up in a few minutes right here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports presented by Play Alberta. Don't go anywhere. I will talk with you in a few minutes with Huss.
Let's go.
There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here. Joining us today